Let me quickly introduce Natalie Lau, who's going to run our next session. CEO of the App Inventor Foundation, yes? That's enough, yeah, and director. So come on up, introduce yourself, and walk us through this next great session.
Well, thanks everyone for being here. Thank you. So I think echoing the Honorable Minister from Sierra Leone, today's youth aren't waiting for solutions to be implemented for them. They're creating them themselves. And that's what this session is all about. So I'm very, very excited to start the Global AI Hackathon final showcase this year. My name is Natalie. I'm the executive director of the App Inventor Foundation. And I think when we talk about the MIT AI and Education Summit, students are at the heart of all the work that we do and all the research that we do. So I'm really excited to celebrate 6 amazing student teams from all over the world, from 6 different countries, who will be presenting apps that they built with AI to solve community problems in their communities, according to the UNESCO United Nations AI Competency Framework for Students. So I think before we get started, I wanted to also acknowledge the space that we're in today. So this is Lecture Hall 10250, and it's the 2nd largest lecture hall on MIT's campus. This was also where I took my first AI course as an undergrad at MIT. So that was taught by Professor Patrick Henry Winston, who unfortunately is no longer here with us today. But his lessons about how we represent knowledge, how we build robust systems, how we reason through problems, I think are still relevant to AI development today, and possibly are even more relevant since the technology is moving so quickly. So to explain the format of today's event, we'll have 6 teams come up. Each will present their apps, and then we have a panel of 3 judges who will do a short Q&A with them. And then after all of that, they'll go and deliberate in the hall and give out 3 awards, 1 for community impact, 1 for creative innovation, and 1 for the best design. Before I get started with presenting the students, I'd like to introduce Zareen Chowdhury, who is our program manager for the Appathon and Hackathon programs, to tell you a bit more about the larger events that led to today. So please welcome Zareen.
Okay, I can just. All right, oops. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Global AI Hackathon Final Showcase and Awards. Welcome to everyone who's here with us in person at MIT, as well as those of us joining virtually via the live stream from all over the world. We're so happy that you're here with us today. When we started the Global AI Hackathon a year ago, we wanted to create a way for more people to get involved in shaping the future direction of AI. We believe that AI usage should not be dictated by a small group of researchers or developers working at certain organizations. We think that everyone, everywhere, should have a say in shaping AI, even and especially the youth. So we put out a call to anyone around the world to tell us what it would look like to use AI for good in their communities. And boy, did they answer. In fact, we heard from over 1,300 participants this year. That's a 42% increase compared to our inaugural year last year. And not only did the volume of participation increase, but submissions came from all corners of the world. 86 countries and regions to be specific, of which 60% came from the developing world. The top countries represented were, in order, the United States, India, Brazil, Singapore, and Indonesia. We are also proud to share that participants ranged from as young as 5 years old all the way to 77 years old, with a median age of 17. In this particular session, you'll be hearing from the youth participants, and right afterwards, we will have the adult participants as well. The theme of this year's competition was the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or the SDGs, which in their words are a blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the planet for years to come. Participants had the choice to address one or more of the 17 SDGs in their apps. And the most popular ones were good health and well-being, quality education, and climate action. In addition to the SDG theme, submissions were also required to use AI in some form. The top 3 AI categories were generative AI, such as chatbots and image bots, classification models, such as teachable machine, and speech and translation tools, like speech to text. You'll notice that the percentages don't quite add up to 100%. That's because most of the submissions use not just one, but actually multiple forms of AI, exploring the interesting intersections and interactions of different AI modalities. Now you might be wondering, who are these participants who are building such sophisticated AI apps? Were they already seasoned computer programmers or AI experts? Well, you might be surprised to learn that in fact, 90% of our participants were actually beginners to MIT App Inventor. In other words, in their first or second year. This statistic gives us confidence that App Inventor is staying true to its mission of making technology creation accessible for people of all backgrounds, so that someone can go from being a mere beginner to programming to developing their very own AI app in just a year. And we actually quantified that impact. After completing the competition, 95% of participants now feel that they have the potential to positively impact their communities by creating AI apps. That's powerful. We were floored by the quality and impact of the submissions, and we thank every participant for bringing their creativity and innovation to this competition. We also want to thank our 53 judges who spanned from MIT App Inventor power users to teachers and industry experts. I also want to shout out that we launched a new pilot mentorship program this year in partnership with Braze, in which we paired our finalists with mentors in order to prepare for their presentations. We want to thank our volunteer mentors, half of whom came from the App Inventor team and half of whom came from our partner Braze. We are so inspired by the success of this year's competition, and we are eager to see what the future holds. We have already expanded our Global AI Hackathon program by launching regional programs in Taiwan and Japan, and we look forward to growing our Appathon offerings in the years to come. Thank you so much for listening, and let's hear some great student presentations.
Thank you so much, Zareen. She also put so much work into this Appathon over the past 2 years, so when you see her afterwards, tell her thank you for me as well. So now I'd like to introduce our 3 judges. First, we have Rod McLeod, who is the Vice President of Social Impact at Braze. Please come up and take a seat. Thank you. We also have Kelly Shiohira, who is the lead expert on the UNESCO AI Competency Framework for students. And finally, we have Mark Friedman, who was co-founder of the App Inventor project at Google and is now MIT CSAIL research affiliate. He co-founded App Inventor with Professor Hal Abelson of MIT 15 years ago. And this project has reached 24 million learners around the world. So thank you, Mark. So now I'd like to invite our first project up, Rehab AI.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cody Lee, and I'm extremely honored to present my project, Rehab AI, an app designed to make tele-rehab more efficient for patients and doctors. In this presentation, I'll cover the problem, the app design, app features, and finally, the potential impact in the summary. Let's start off with the problem. The American Hospital Association predicts that there will be a healthcare shortage of 124,000 physicians by 2033, and it's already affecting healthcare today. One sector heavily impacted is tele-rehab. Tele-rehab, or online rehab, allows patients to meet with doctors virtually and complete rehab exercises from home. For patients who live far away from hospitals or have difficulty moving, tele-rehab can be life-changing. As you can see, demand for tele-rehab has grown rapidly, with the market expected to reach $17 billion within the next 10 years. But as demand grows, burnout causes workers to quit, which strains the system and causes delays in vital patient care. To close the gap, I've created Rehab AI, an app designed to solve this problem by using AI to make tele-rehab more efficient. Using the camera of the device, Rehab AI can track, classify, and score rehab exercises patients perform so doctors can monitor them outside of meetings. To see this, let's go into the app design. Rehab AI is split into a patient user interface and a doctor's user interface, with data transferred through cloud servers. Rehab AI has 3 core components: the post model, evaluation model, and communications module. First, the post model, which is located on the mobile device, detects key points on a person's body. Then, the app transfers the data to the evaluation model. The evaluation model calculates joint angles from the post-net key points. Angle measurements in rehab exercises have different patterns over time, which can be analyzed by using AI. The AI I've selected is an LSTM neural network. It is highly effective at classifying time sequence data, making it ideal for analyzing movement patterns in this rehab exercise. I designed and trained my LSTM neural network on MATLAB and achieved a classification accuracy of 98% across all 9 exercises. Here shows the classification and evaluation in real time. In the meantime, the results are sent back to the to the app for display. Let's take a look at this in the app's features. When logging in as a doctor, they'll see a list of patients. Clicking on one, they can see their workout history, they can set reminders, and assign new tasks. Logging in as a patient, they can see the patient homepage. Patients can click on assignments to see doctors' feedback. And clicking on info, they can see detailed exercise descriptions and video clips of each exercise. To work out, patients press workout and start positioning themselves in front of the camera.
Hip rotation.
The AI will track the exercise.
Squat.
The AI will track the exercise and classify it by announcement. In the app, they can see the detected exercise and the score. Patients can also add a video overlay over the key points. Once they're done, they press stop, and they can see a detailed summary of their workout, including the scores and duration of each exercise. And now, let's wrap up with the summary. Rehab AI aims to reduce the burden on healthcare workers while improving care for patients. It shows how we can use AI to solve real-world problems, as plenty of room to improve in the future. This project isn't just about AI. It's about using AI to make a meaningful impact on people's lives. And with that, thank you so much.
I'm just wondering what got you interested in this problem? It's not something that would come naturally, I would think. So what got you interested?
So I did some projects in the past relating to the pose model, and it was really interesting on how it classified movements. So classified like results and like sees how movements can displayed on AI. And I really got into rehab after some of my relatives were also in this physical rehab industry. And that just really, I just wanted to combine how to use the pose model to really classify and evaluate these results.
And curious if you've done any testing with this app, if you've had use cases, family members, friends, for example, any feedback, both positive and negative, you got from that testing?
So some family and friends all tested the app. They said it worked pretty well, but there were some improvements that could be made to make it even better. One major key thing that I've heard was to diversify the data set. So I've trained this, I had training data of 30 minutes of each exercise. And each exercise, I tested on various family members, big and small, to try to diversify the data set as best as possible. However, we can expand on this by taking people, many people, to get the AI to generalize them better and to classify it even more.
Just a quick follow-up. Did you test on actual rehab patients, or were these like fully healthy adults who were testing it?
They're fully healthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Many more follow-ups. So in this case, I'm just wondering if, you know, when you're in rehab, you don't perform the motions exactly.
Exactly.
So does your model account for this sort of discrepancy in what, for example, someone with a shoulder injury can't do like a full lift or something? And how does that work exactly?
So in our app, there's not only, once you're finished with the exercise, you not only see the duration of each exercise, but also the score. What that means is how accurately is it being done? Yeah, so patients who cannot perform the whole motion, the exercise will be detected. However, the score wouldn't be the highest. So the doctor can look at the results through doctor supervision and actually see where the patient is struggling on and where the patient is best at.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you tell I'm someone who's been in rehab? All right, thank you so much, Cody. Now we have the Move to Heal team from Turkey. Oh, no?
Kidney Buddy.
Sorry, it's Kidney Buddy. Sorry. You're after. Thank you. I think I have an old copy.
Just look at this one.
Yeah, thanks. There's extra mics here if you guys want.
Okay, yeah. Would you guys like to use those two microphones? Which one? I'll just swap it to this one. I have no idea. I've never used a clicker before. But oh, it is that one. Ready?
It's not on. Oh man.
Oh,
This one is on.
How do you know if it's on?
This is not.
Okay. Oh, it's on.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. All right, so my name is Alan Zhang. I'm here with my teammates today, Alina, Isabel, and Alec, and we are here today to introduce our app, Kidney Buddy, which is the first AI-powered app for chronic kidney disease, or also known as CKD care.
Just to give some background info, in the US, about 35.5 million adults have CKD, and this risk substantially increases with age, as between the age groups of 18 to 64, we have about 18%, while those over 65 plus have about 34%, which is about 1 in 3 seniors. And so due to the fact that there's so many seniors who have CKD, this really highlights the urgent need for better management tools for those people.
Unfortunately, our grandma is one of the people affected by CKD. Every meal is an uphill battle for her because she needs to meticulously track her daily nutrient intake, which causes a lot of stress for everyone involved. So as we were observing her CKD journey, we noticed three big problems. The first is the disjointed and generic tools. The available tools on the market right now are fragmented and not comprehensive, causing many patients and users of the apps to jump between the different apps.
Secondly, these other apps can also cause exhausted users and caregivers. Seniors struggle with complicated apps, and caregivers are often overwhelmed trying to help them juggle meals, medications, and appointments every day.
Third, there are also support gaps and rising costs. One critical thing is that oftentimes doctors aren't able to have access to patients' progress info, such as daily nutrient tracking, and what results is that they can miss early warning signs, which leads to delayed care and therefore rising healthcare costs for those individuals.
And so this is why we created Kidney Buddy for our grandmother and other family like ours. Kidney Buddy has many technological components such as MIT App Inventor, of course, and smart AI like ChatGPT. Plus the additional speech recognition and text-to-speech, it makes it super easy to use and truly senior-friendly.
CKD gets worse over time and can cause kidney failure or early death. There's no cure, so managing protein, potassium, and phosphorus is key to protecting the kidneys.
And this is why our app helped track these 3 Ps to help better management and help a healthy kidney. And additionally, you're able to get friendly CKD meal planners for all CKD stages, and you're able to track through video, text, or photo, which makes it easier to track key nutrients. And if you see the limit, it will send an alert.
Kidney Buddy also helps in other ways, such as you're able to assess your CKD risk easily to support proactive prevention, find any nearby doctors and labs, answer any questions you may have on CKD, and the app will also send you AI-powered reminders.
Additionally, it provides detailed AI-powered progress reports for 7, 30, 60, and 365 days. It's able to, track the trends over time and generate reports for doctors.
To solve the issue of the disjointed and fragmented tools, Kidney Buddy is an all-in-one AI-powered device that is both intuitive in its uses and comprehensive in its applications.
To prevent exhausted users and caregivers, our app uses ChatGPT with a text-to-speech interface, making it senior-friendly. These features can also help caregivers stay organized with progress tracking and appointments.
In order to solve the issue of support gaps and rising costs, we decided to use AI in order to help doctors be able to track those progress reports, which allows them to detect those early signs of the disease, and then in addition to that, help them decrease the amount of time between initial care and therefore decrease healthcare costs for the individuals.
Now, onto the global impact. According to our research, 850 million people worldwide are affected by CKD. So it hits underserved communities the most and medically disadvantaged communities as well. But with Kidney Buddy, we can increase better outcomes and have better healthcare all around the world.
This is some comments and feedback from my grandmother. And so my grandparents said that we made this app to help her with her CKD, and overall it has made her feel much better, happier, and more in control.
We also have comments from a nephrologist. In general, he said that because proper diet management is key to maintaining your kidney health, since our app helps with meal planning and tracking your nutrients, it is a great app that he suggests his patients to use daily.
Kidney Buddy brings empathy, AI, and clarity all around the world. I hope you liked our app a lot. Thank you.
So I'll ask, it's great that you tested it with your grandmother, but did you manage to test it with any seniors who you were not related to?
Yes, we tested with our neighbors actually, because they're older. I won't guess their age, but I think they're above 50. And we definitely tested with other family members too as well. And they give us good feedback. They also give us tips on what needed to be changed, and we fixed a lot of bugs and stuff throughout the whole process.
And did they find it to be stress-free?
Definitely, because as I mentioned, you can track it by voice, text, and photos, which makes it super easy and super senior friendly.
And curious if you've defined key metrics for this app in particular. Obviously, your grandmother want to live a healthier life, a longer life. That's kind of hard to track and measure. So how do you think about metrics?
Wait, sorry.
In terms of your app, how do you know if it's successful? If
Oh.
the users are having a good experience? Is it based on user engagement scores?
Definitely seeing improvement over time. Seeing if they, they're feeling better, they're healthier, better. We go to the doctors for checkups, see if they're, maintaining their meds, eating the right foods, and definitely seeing over the app the progress of detailed reports, seeing that they increased a lot of they make sure they didn't go over their key nutrition intakes from the 3 Ps.
I think I'm good, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, now please welcome Move to Heal.
Hello, everyone. Today, we're excited to present Move to Heal, which is an AI-powered mobile app created to make home rehabilitation simpler, safer, and more accessible for people recovering on their own.
We're a team of 5 high school students from Turkey, freshmen and sophomores, and we are proud to be this year's MIT App Inventor Global AI Hackathon Youth Team winners. We're all part of robotics team and passionate about AI and technology. I'm Defne. In this project, I worked on PostNet development and created our demo videos. Batuhan integrated our PostNet and created our key features. Ada created our chatbot. Deniz helped us to build UI, and Eylül helped created the user experience.
Aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 3, good health and well-being, our mission begins with a pressing reality. Around 2.4 billion people, nearly the 1/3 of the world, need rehabilitation. This number has grown by 63% over the past 30 years, and it continues to rise. Yet, only 1 in 10 has access to proper care. And for those trying to recover at home, 65% perform their exercises incorrectly, risking further injury. True healing is far more difficult to achieve under these conditions.
And behind all these numbers, there are real people. For us, one of them was my grandmother. Seeing her try to keep up with rehab, in pain, confused, and completely alone was really hard. She and so many others going through the same thing deserved the better. And that's what pushed us to develop something that could actually help.
Now let's take a look at what Move to Heal offers. Our app uses AI to support users during their rehabilitation at home. It's built around a simple, user-friendly interface and provides a safe experience by prioritizing security and privacy. Users can track their progress over time, receive real-time feedback for their exercises, and even save their favorite routines for easy access. Altogether, these features make Move to Heal not just a tool, but also a supportive companion throughout the recovery journey.
You can watch a tutorial video before getting started, and then perform the exercise while receiving real-time feedback from our AI model. You can track your progress by viewing your exercise history. By adding the exercise you want to your favorites list, you can access it anytime you want. Additionally, your personal AI assistant, Moa, is here to support you through your recovery journey.
Here's a simple diagram showing how the core parts of our app are structured. After logging in, users land on the home page where they can access 3 main features: favorites, chatbot, and history. In favorites, selected exercises are saved using TinyDB1 and solved based on button visibility. Our chatbot handles user input, injects system messages, and shows responses, creating a smooth interaction flow. And finally, the history screen stores previously completed exercise, again using TinyDB1. This structure allowed us to keep the user experience simple while making sure key features are accessible at all times.
One of the key features of our app was the combination of a personal image classifier and a PostNet extension. Briefly, personal image classifier is an image processing unit provided by MIT App Inventor, and PostNet is an extension that we use to extract the patient's skeleton from the image to reduce environmental factors. By using these linked units, we were able to achieve great accuracy in the test sets that the experts we interviewed provided. And in our journey to make home rehabilitation safer and more accessible, one of the most significant milestones was meeting MIT App Inventor. MIT App Inventor provided us an easy and global way to create and expand our app, even global enough to share it in the MIT.
Our app is built around 3 core principles: privacy, safety, and fairness. It includes a simple login page for data protection and brief medical disclaimers for safety. But most importantly, we reduce bias using PostNet to extract the skeleton instead of analyzing the raw images. So our AI model, personal image classifier model, only focuses on the movement, ignoring irrelevant factors like skin tone, body shape, lighting, and background.
Our biggest strength, real-time feedback that helps users correct mistakes right when they happen. Our interface is simple, friendly, and designed for everyone, not just tech experts. Yes, we're still growing. We're working with a small dataset, and we haven't reached clinical validation yet. But the opportunity ahead is massive. Millions need support, and we are building a solution that can truly reach them.
As a team, we have built a strong foundation, but we know there's still a long way to go. Our next steps start with expanding our dataset to improve model performance. Then we aim to begin a medical collaboration so we can collect real-world feedback and improve reliability. After that, we will move into clinical validation, working with professionals to test the app in real scenarios. And finally, once we are confident in its accuracy and safety, we will prepare for an official app launch. We believe each of these steps will bring us closer to make a real-world impact.
We'd like to thank Dr. Fatma Pınar Yeşil, Dr. Murat Şahin, Dr. Seçil Ekinciçin, and our project advisor, Oğuzhan Köse, for their immersive support, which truly enriched our project.
These are resources we use throughout our project.
We're not redesigning rehabilitation. We are redesigning what it means to be supportive when you need it most. And thank you for listening to us. You can contact us for more information.
So apologies if I missed it. And I do understand that one of your next goals is to expand your data set. Could you just elaborate a little bit on your initial data and where that came from?
We trained our AI models with images taken from the PostNet, and we have 9 different AI models for 9 different exercises. In the AI models we trained, we have 200 images per AI models and 100 images per classes. So in total, we have 1,800 images in our dataset.
And I'm curious, you clearly work with medical professionals on this, so curious what their feedback is and any user feedback you've received throughout this process.
You can continue.
Yeah. So her grandma tried our app, and she also told that it's very simple to do. So it was very good for her to try that.
And if we talk about the experts, we had 2 rehab experts, sorry for our English, by the way. We have 2 AI experts, rehab experts who helped us through the sharing the data set sheets for rehabs and giving feedbacks for us and organizing meetings with other patients that we can try our project. And additionally, we had an AI expert who helped us about giving feedbacks, which consists adding demo videos to our app and some opinions about the UI.
you so much.
Thank you. Additionally, we want to thank our mentor who helped us through the preparing the presentation, Selim Tezer. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. And also, please don't apologize for your English. It was a fantastic presentation, and I could not speak this well in a second language. So next, I'd like to invite Cho Cook.
Hello everyone. こんにちは. I'm Hannah. I come from a tiny city 60 miles north of Tokyo. It's famous for strawberries. First of all, thank you very much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. The reason I decided to create an app was because I opened the fridge one day and I found this watery rotten tofu. I was like, no, I wanted to use that for lunch. I showed it to my mom and no. I showed it to my mom and she was like, mata ka. Oh no, not again. How many times have we let stuff go past its expiry date? My mom is great at making well-balanced meals, but she always asks me and my little brother and sister, what should I make for dinner? And we are like, it's up to you. Nobody has any ideas. And if my mom's dinner is the same as the school lunch, my little brother and sister are like, this again? We had this at school for lunch. That made me think, we need an app. I thought, wouldn't it be great if there was an app that turned a list of ingredients into recipes? So I made one. It's called Chokuk. The name comes from combining the Japanese word chotto, meaning just a little, and the English word cook. Expressing the hope for a future, cooking can be done easily and quickly. And you can even add more ingredients by taking more photos of different recipes. Last month, I did a trial run of the app at my local library. People suggested using the supermarket flyers or handwritten lists of leftovers. For example, you could take a photo of sale items and get recipes using just those discounted items, or recipes just need one or two other ingredients. The AI engine can easily come up with dishes you don't usually make, so your kids won't say things like, we had this at school for lunch. Then you can spend more time doing the things you love, like going out with your family and participating in seasonal events, like the Cherry Blossom Festival in my town. These events help to revitalize towns. Now, we face global challenges as outlined in the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. One of these goals includes reducing food waste. In Japan, about 6 million tons of food went to waste in 2019. Of that, about 2.76 million tons came from households. Globally, about 1.3 billion tons of food was discarded in 2019, with 931 million tons being classified as food waste. Despite all the food wasted, about 650 million people were suffering from hunger in 2019. Social conditions certainly add to hunger, and we must remember that no one chooses the country or environment they are born into. Knowing that there are people in difficult situations, I want to do everything I can to help people in need around the world. In conclusion, Chokuk is not just a recipe app. It creates conversations, saves time, and helps build small connections in our daily lives. The reason I'm able to stand on this today is because of the incredible support I've received from the people in my local community. I hope that Chokuk, which was inspired by my mother's struggles, will be helpful to her and to everyone who has supported me, and to Japan's efforts in reducing food waste. And eventually, I hope it brings smiles to people around the world. Thank you for your attention. ありがとうございました。
So I will ask my question in Japanese, if that's okay. 返事も日本語で大丈夫ですか？はい。ペルペルでもないけど、あなたが頑張ったから私も頑張ります。図書館に行ったでしょ。そしてなんかいろんな人に聞いてもらいましたね。そういう人からちょっとなんか変わってほしいとか、もうちょっと開発したいところがあったのですか？I asked her if she got any feedback from the people at the library about things to improve or change about her app.
One people said me, I want to add more receipts in. I want to add more ingredients and more. I want to take more pictures. Not only one pictures, 2 or 3. So please change the program. And so, one people want to see how to use this app. So I make a page of manual.
I understand. ありがとうございます。Thank you.
And curious, who is your target user? Is it the main cook of a household, or like, target user?
My mother's or my maid who makes dinner or who doing the cooking.
Okay.
No problem. Next, we'll have Ikigai for teens. And I think the clicker is broken, by the way, so you'll have to tap on the arrows. I'll show you when you get down here.
Thank you. Can we connect our computers? Yes, please. Yeah.
Just plug it. We don't need. Yes. We have one.
Oh, you have your own?
Yes. Hi, I'm Victor.
Hi, I'm Ronald.
Hi, I'm Namusa. I'm sure many of you have always started in that stage of life that you don't quite know what you want to do and you're trying to find yourself, but everyone's telling you what you should be, parents, teachers, and we're currently in that stage, so we decided to invent an app to fix our problem.
We developed Ikigai for Teens, a self-discovery and career planning app. Did you know that over 3/4 of high school seniors are unsure what career they will enter after college? And over half of juniors say that they regret not planning earlier as freshmen and sophomores? This is because there's a lack of support for career planning for teens. One reason for this is that teens are often unwilling to communicate their career plans with their parents. In the case of first-generation students, their parents may be unable to assist in planning. And in other cases, the students fear that they'll be forced into a career path by their parents that they do not enjoy. Furthermore, most current career planning tools are not holistic and only focus on a single factor. When I asked my classmates and friends about what they thought about current career planning tools that we used in school, many of them said that they thought they only focused on personality and didn't consider income or what they wanted to really make an impact in life, leaving them feeling like left out and feeling like those apps were not worth using.
Our app uses the four-dimensional Ikigai framework to help students explore and find careers. It is based on the Japanese word ikigai, where iki means to live and gai means worth. Together, it means a meaning to live. And unlike other apps, our app combines the self-evaluation with passion, skills, impact, and income insights, rather than just listing job options or individual personality tests. And this is what allows students to find fulfilling, meaningful, and financially stable careers.
Our application consists of three components: the front end, back end, and database. The front end is developed in MIT App Inventor and handles UI logic as well as stores local user login data in TinyDB. The backend has a Python framework and hosts GPT-4 on the Replit Cloud platform to take user input from the front end and encode it as vector embeddings to be stored in the Firebase DB. When the front end requests an AI-powered feature, the back end takes these embeddings, compares them for closeness, and then sends the closest ones into the AI to be displayed as a prompt response in the front end.
The front page of our app contains the home page, where you can log in to an account or register. When a user registers for an account, their login data is stored in the TinyDB, which is what allows them to log back in at any time. And when a user logs into their account, they will have access to 5 main features, and 3 of them are AI-powered.
So as Ronald said, we have 5 main features. Our first feature is the Quest feature. So this is where when the user logs in, they can take a personality test to kind of see what type of person they are, and then report it back to the AI through voice memos, and it's stored later for future components. The second feature is much like the Quest feature. It's called the Journal feature, and this is where the user can record daily entries, things that happen in their life, pretty much anything. It's like their own personal diary, and it's also sent back to the database and will be future analyzed. So our third feature is the first AI component of our app. It's called the Discover feature. And this is where it uses an API and takes all the data from the voice memos you recorded in the prior features, and then it gives you the selected response, what you love, what the world needs, and what can make a great impact. Our second AI-powered feature is called the Career feature. And this is for teens who don't yet know what path they want to pursue and are still kind of gauging what they want to do, and they can customize it based on their liking, and it'll give them a description based on the Journal feature. And then our last feature is called the Plan feature, and this is my personal favorite feature because it's really helped me, but it can help you based on if you already know what type of career you want. It can make a plan for you and tell you what classes to take, what activities to engage in, and whatnot. So our app isn't like other AI-powered apps like ChatGPT or Gemini because it actually uses data that you've given through the voice memos to create a customized plan tailored for every single individual user.
Ikigai for Teens provides a personalized, data-driven career analyzer that uses AI ethically in a multi-dimensional method to process as well as interpret data, giving users more accurate career feedback. We believe that our app is a potential game changer because it addresses gaps in the current student career formulae. Firstly, it democratizes access to quality resources that students need to succeed. In addition, it allows first-generation and low-income students to plan their future at no additional cost. And finally, Ikigai for Teens utilizes ubiquitous mobile devices, allowing career planning to be accessible for all.
So let your Ikigai bloom with us.
So you mentioned adaptability is one of your goals, that it would adapt to your changing or to the user's changing needs over time. How does it do that?
Right. So as I mentioned earlier in the technology use section, every time you use the app, and you can use the journal to like store your everyday components. So for example, I'm using my app right now on my phone, and if I can say, oh, I'm presenting at the MIT Summit. This is one of the biggest moments of my life, and then it'll store that. It'll store that in the database. And the more you enter, and the more personality tests you take on the personality page, every time you do it, like that gets fed directly into the API. So not like other apps where you just like, oh, I typed it out every time. It goes directly into the API, and it saves the data every time you log in, so that every time you use it, it gets more accurate.
Got it.
And I'm assuming each one of you have taken the test and have a career map. I'm curious, you mentioned in the beginning parents and putting you on a certain career trajectory. How did the conversations go with your parents once you actually had a plan?
So my parents are in academia. They're actually sitting in the crowd right there and right there. And honestly, academia is the last thing I want to do. But they're always like, oh, you should just, it's so nice. You get to go on vacations, you get sabbatical. And I'm like, I'd rather work in the industry. So I actually took the test, and it said that I'd be really good in finance. And so I was like, I customized it to do payoff and impact, and it said finance is the best one. So then I had a conversation with them. I was like, well, this job does pay well. It can pay my bills. So they finally agreed. So I'm planning to pursue a career in finance.
For me, I think maybe in the future I want to do something engineering, and I think my parents they're also in academia, but I think they're relatively supportive of that idea. But for me, I used the app to like map out what exactly I wanted to like do, what clubs I had to take and stuff. So now I'm looking forward to joining some new clubs next year, and yeah, taking some different classes.
And for me personally, I want to go into computer science in the future. And that is the path that my brother is currently taking right now. And my parents kind of encouraged me to follow the same path, but at the same time, I've also grown an interest to it over time, and the app has also helped me to sort of explore more of those interests and sort of reinforce the idea that I should pursue that path.
So other than yourselves, did you test this with any of your friends or people in the space? And if so, what kind of feedback did you receive?
So I did. I got some of my closest friends together, and I had them look at the app and play around, and they liked it. They really liked it. As I mentioned earlier, they thought the current personality test, the current like career planning test, all they do is focus on personality. So they leave everything else out. Like they don't know that, for example, for me, I like watching Formula One. I like drawing in my free time. All they see is that, oh, you're an introvert or you work well in groups. But our app lets you explore every facet of that and put it into your career planning. And so there's a ripple effect because, the older you get, if you're doing a career that you enjoy, you'll probably do better in it. And then that'll empower the next generation to have, to be more productive and more efficient and better at their jobs.
My parents, they're not teens, but I decided to test the app on them to see if they actually belong in academia. So I tested it on my dad, and so he took the test, and it actually said he should belong in sales, but who knows? Thank you.
Thank you so much for allowing us to present here. We're really grateful for the opportunity.
All right, thank you. And now, last but not least, we have Happy Fure.
Hello, everyone. My name is Safkana. I am 14 years old. I am 14 years old and live in Hokkaido, Japan. Have you ever thought about what makes a good society? There may be many different answers to this question, but I believe a good society is one without prejudice. Today, I'm going to introduce a new app that I hope leads to a better society. I created this app from my own experience. When I was 6, my teacher blamed me. Every day, I was yelled at and blamed in front of everyone. I was even told not to come closer to the teacher. It was a very hard time for me. Due to this situation, I couldn't go to school, even though I wanted to. In Japan, the number of students under 15 who don't attend school like me has reached a highest point about 350,000. Sorry. If we don't go to school, we have less chances to make friends. So I made this app where we can find friends and meet each other in real life near their homes. That means I can say this app is for youngers who have difficulties to go to school. I want them to be able to make friends just like everyone else. I want them to enjoy and do things together that they couldn't do alone so far. You can use this app anywhere, anytime. If you have an internet connection. If you feel lonely and want someone to listen to your problems, or want to talk about your hobbies, you can easily have private chats on this app. I hope that the prejudice against students who don't go to school will disappear from the Japanese society. Thank you for listening.
I guess I'll ask, have you managed to get this to a bunch of other students like you who are not in school?
Eh, これから頑張ってしようかと思っております。
ご発表ありがとうございます。こういうアプリを考えたらどうやってなんか子どもたちが使っているという確かまりどうするなんか子どもたちです大人が入らないようにどうやってするなんか安全するようにね。もしなんか大人が入ったら子どもたちと話したいと思っている大人、ちょっと悪いものかもしれないけど、なんかそういう人が入ったらみんなが危なくなるでしょ。危なくなるからどうやってなんか子どもたち学生だけ使うか使うようにするのなんか。I just ask her how she will make sure that adults don't use this application.
これからもっと機能を追加していって使いたいなと思ってもらい使ってもらいたいなと思ってもらいたいです。
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I think there were 3 projects who didn't get to show their videos. I have them on my computer. So if you want to come down, you can have 30 seconds to show that to the judges. So I think that's Happy Fure, Move to Heal, and Chokuk. Hi, everyone. Is this on? Great. All right. The judges are done deliberating, so if everyone can settle down, that would be great. All right, please wrap up your conversations. We'll get ready with the next portion very soon. So we just want to celebrate the students who presented and take some photos with them. All right, thank you.
Okay. So I will be announcing the winner for Best Design Award. And so we deliberated in the hallway. The judges decided that Ikigai for Teens wins Best Design Award. So you want to come up? Really thought the UI UX was very intuitive in terms of how you would actually enter the inputs, the information that they would give it. Really liked how you could actually update it with different milestones throughout your life, and then that would also create feedback loops as well. The anecdote in terms of how you've had these conversations with your parents was also a good one as well. So thank you so much. Thank you.
So we have decided to present the award for community impact to a project that is maybe not a huge impact for each individual person, but together impacts a lot of people a little bit and has a real impact on the world and our societies. I'm very pleased to present the award for community impact to Cho Cook.
And I am delighted to present the award for creative innovation to Move to Heal. I thought the level of technology along with the creative solution was just a wonderful combination. So thank you.
Just a final word to say that we appreciate all of the finalists who made it here today and were able to give such good presentations on their work. You all are excellent designers with great thoughts about the future, and we really appreciate all of the work that went into your presentations.
Okay, thank you all so much. Thank you to our judges. Thank you to the youth presenters. You all did an amazing job. And also thank you to everyone for bearing with the AV issues that we were dealing with. And we are also about 15 minutes behind schedule. But yeah, thank you for your patience with that. So we will now be transitioning to the adult presentations from the adult finalists from the Global AI Hackathon. For this portion, there will not be a live Q&A or judging portion, so each of the presenters will have 5 minutes to present. But if you're curious, we really encourage you to find the presenters afterwards if you want to talk to them more and ask them questions. So first up, we will have Vision Cap. Why don't you come on down to the stage? Where are you? Oh, there we go.
Hello everyone. So my name is Kushal and I'm excited to present my project Vision Cap. Vision Cap is nothing but it's a cap which is smart, obviously, and also app, okay? So this is my theme, which they are from different fields. So each of them contributed and did so much for this project. And me personally, I'm from the hardware side. And I also made some contribution in software and database. Thank you. And why are we here? Obviously, the numbers. So 2.2 billion people around the globe are facing visually impaired problems. Maybe they might be blind or they might face some vision-related issues. And in that, almost 285 million people were facing a global mobility challenges regarding these visually impaired problems. And every year, around 1.2 million people were facing death due to road accidents and also visually impaired related problems. So this is the reason we selected this project. And there is also one personal issue which I faced myself with one of my friends. So I have a friend and he recently got married and he had a kid, but the kid is blind. So one of the thing which I observed is like kids are very curious and they love freedom. But if this is the problem he's suffering with, I'm not sure he's gonna enjoy his freedom, right? So I learned how he is going to face, I'm curious, right? I want to see how he's going to face this problem in his future. So this kid turned 5 years and then he started a dance move like this, okay? So he's keeping his hand like this and doing this move. So I thought like this is the trend, right? I thought this is a TikTok trend and he's doing the same thing. But his mom said like, no, it has a deeper meaning in it. Like when he's doing this one, he's trying to find the wall if he could hit anything. And the reason he's doing this dance move with his legs is to detect anything under any toy or anything in front of him instead of slipping out. And the reason why he's covering his head is he's afraid. If he falls, the first thing he's gonna hit is his head. And I saw so many bruises on his head. I thought he might become a daredevil at some point. And that's why I came up with this project, Vision Cap. As you can see, if I'm saying I'm not afraid when I'm doing this project live, I'm lying. I'm really afraid. I'm so scared that it reminded me of the day when my mom found out that I got an F in the math. And also, like, in order to do this, we have to face some issues, right? Obviously, if with the cap you can't sense that you can detect the stairs, but you don't know how long or how high the stairs are. There is still an obstacle left behind. So we were trying to integrate it with a cane, so it could help them with that as well. So we did this project to reduce the road safety, road accidents, and like increase the road safety protocols which aligns with the UNSDG 3.6. And one more big challenge is like make it this low cost. So we have to make some trade-off with the sensors which we are using, even though some of them are not practical, but they're cheaper. So what is Vision Cap? So Vision Cap is an AI-powered cap. So the camera which you're seeing is a Raspberry Pi IMX500 camera, which uses a NPU unit. So all the processing is done in the camera, so it reduces the stress on the Raspberry Pi, which we're using as our CPU. So it gives us like voice alerts, navigations, and also the emergency notifications. And one more thing which we did is like, for the caregivers who are sitting in the home, mom, dad, anybody can monitor the kid if he's safe or like anything happening to him. And also you can see we have a live stream. The user can, if you want the bigger battery life, the user can turn off the live feed and get the battery life, or else he can keep it on. So this is our technical overview. So AI camera, as I explained, it has NPU unit and ultrasonic sensors on left-hand side, which is really helpful in closed environment, but not so good when it comes to the real life outside situations. So they automatically turn off when it detects nothing around it. And there is a night vision camera at the back to increase their confidence in low light condition as well, and detect anything from the backside. And we use Raspberry Pi 5. Yes, Raspberry Pi 5 is power hungry, but it does make the job done. And we are using a mobile app. Just in case, remember, the blind person is having this hat on and going out, and suddenly, because of the power issues, hat turn off. What's the second situation? That's where the mobile comes in. So the mobile can be used as with the camera. It can do the same thing, same as the hat. So this is our technical architecture. So as you can see, all the image detection and also data is being captured by the hardware and send it to the software, where the software has a AI and ML model running in it, and it can do all those calculations and send the notification back to the user. So, and the user also has the capability to change the proximities, like he can adjust the ultrasonic sensor range. If there are, like, he's in a closed environment, we don't want him to have all alerts all the time, right? So he can do that. And vision intelligence in action. So our device AI has a feature, and also we are trying to improve this feature more. So again, coming to the boy. So the time takes for him to find the toy he wants is almost 5 hours when in the closed environment. Like, he's a blind person, right? If the toy is on the box or somewhere, he doesn't know, or his mom moves the toys to some other places, so he can't find it. So what is the next step? If I want to give him the freedom, I should be able to detect that object and locate it for him, right? So that's where the AI comes in. So we are giving ChatGPT, we used OpenAI for it to describe the scenario in front of him, just like, can you describe what's in front of me? And the ChatGPT does it for them by taking the image analysis. And we are also having the 2-second video record, just in case if anything happens to the person and emergency, you can, there is a 2-second video burst. And also it has a user-centric system, and user-specific tuning is done. So as long as this, so the longer this person uses the hat, the smarter it gets, and it can detect the home, park, anything, the part he usually takes, and everything. So on top of this, this is a small example, like how it detects. So that's my friend standing there, and it detects and gives the sound alert.
Stay alert. Person ahead. Stay alert.
So this
Person
is how
ahead.
it gives the,
Stay alert.
right now it's working like that. We're trying to tune it less intensive, so that the user don't get afraid of people who are far away from him. And also we are trying to reduce the range so that it can move more freely.
Person ahead, stay alert.
So this is the app which we used with MIT. So the first thing which we try to use is the actual Android app, but thank God it's so hard to make it. I almost spent 8 hours for that. And then we use the MIT app, which is so helpful. And also I'm so happy to use that because of the blog system, blog design. It made me so easy. The app is so easy to make it. And also we found that like it's easy. He's a blind person, right? So it should be easy for him to navigate the app. So we use like voice commands, and also we did this one. Like he can just say like take me to Target, and it gives a direction, and it helps him with visual and also audio alerts. And the person who is monitoring him or the caregiver can happily sit in the home and watch where he's going. And thank you. So, and also like we didn't made this vision cap just like a project. So it's a real life scenario, right? So we tried to do it in such a way to make this one as a product. We saw this one as a product instead of a project. So it's a new way of finding out like how AI can help underserved people, or like visually challenged people, or like physically challenged people. So if AI could help them, then I'm good with the AI. Thank you.
Great presentation. Thank you so much. Next, let's give a warm welcome to Recycle Easy, who's coming to us all the way from Italy.
Hi, ciao, good morning. I am Marco, and I come from Venice, Italy. Doesn't work. Okay, work. And in the App Inventor community, you can find me with the nickname Marco_Perrone. When I read the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, I found it really interesting. And for me, the best it was the 11, make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. We live in a society that produces a lot of waste every day, and we know that recycle is the correct way to try to solve this problem. Recycling gives to us two great opportunities. First, do not use raw material, and second, recycling reduces pollution. Another thing to consider is the wish cycling. Wish cycling is the practice of placing items into a recycling bin with the hope that they will be recycled. This can be a problem because the material that we want to recycle can be contaminated and must be discarded. In the product that we buy, we can find the recycling codes. They can be number, labels, or description. But if you come from another country and you don't know the language, it becomes impossible to understand the recycling codes. And we have to consider that in other countries, the recycling codes can be different. For example, in the photo you can see the second is used in South Korea, the third in Japan, and the third in Europe and United States. When I read the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, I thought about my city, Venice, and the problem of the waste management, and all the tourists from all over the world that visit it every day. For this reason, I created Recycle Easy app. Imagine you are in Venice, you are walking around the streets, and you have a cappuccino. And when you finished, you can recycle correctly using the app. You click on recycle, then take a photo of the cup or the package, and the AI starts to find the codes. Then the AI returns a list of codes, and you can have details about the material and if the package can be recycled or not. Then you can use the recycle station. You can see a small prototype in the photo. The app scans the QR code, And a LED is turned on to show you where to put the material that you want to recycle. But how the recycle station and the app interact with each other? For this purpose, I use an MQTT broker. MQTT is for message queuing telemetry transport. The MQTT broker is the message manager between the devices. The recycle station connects to the MQTT broker and subscribe to a specific topic and wait for a message. With the app, I scan the QR code and the app publish a message to the topic found in the QR code. In the message, there is the material that I want to recycle. For example, plastic, glass, paper, and so on. When the recycle station receives the message, a LED is turned on to show you where to put the material that we want to recycle. To encourage people to recycle their waste, I also thought a reward system. Every time you use the app to recycle, you earn points. And when you have enough points, you can get a discount to enter to a museum, for example. I also added a memory game, not just for kids, to learn recycling codes, because I think that playing is a great way to learn. And also, we have to train our brain, not only the AI. This is the recycle station. For this small prototype, I used an ESP32 and 5 LEDs and 5 resistors. For my app, I used free extension, the OCR.space that I created some years ago, that convert photo into text, and the Recycle AI that use OpenAI as artificial intelligence, and third, the AI2 MQTT extension. And the fourth is the MQTT broker that I use for my project. And I want to say thank you to MIT Raise and the App Inventor Foundation for the great opportunity for me to be here today. Thank you.
Great presentation. Okay, thank you, Marco. And last but certainly not least, let's welcome Sleep Fixer, who's here from Singapore.
Hello, everyone. By the way, you're allowed to take a nap during my presentation because it's about sleep. Oh yeah, so don't worry about it. Okay. So, sleep crisis. Many people face problems with sleep. CDC has called it like public health problem, and it's also been called a silent epidemic. It's often unrecognized, underreported, underprioritized. Often have to sacrifice it for school, work, and other stuff. So, yeah, a study by RAND.org found that the US loses $411 billion a year due to lack of sleep, which I found quite interesting. And just increasing from 6 to 7 hours per night can add $200 billion to the US economy. So yeah. So my inspiration to create Sleep Fixer was that when I was in school, just found it very hard to fall asleep and wake up at the times that I needed to. And see, that's a real footage of my sister struggling to wake up for school. So I decided, yeah. So I searched for apps to help me, and I tried many apps. There's a lot of sleep trackers that track your sleep, but there wasn't any app that can help me change my schedule. And I found that the best way to do it was 15 to 30 minutes, according to sleep science. And there was no apps that did that, so I decided to make one. The perfect opportunity was Global AI Hackathon, third UN SGD. And the App Inventor was very easy to use, and the extensions were very easy to use as well. So thanks to the App Inventor Foundation. So yeah, imagine it's 6:30 to 7 a.m., fresh new day of opportunity, and you wake up to an annoying alarm. It's like very annoying. I hate it so much. Like I imagine that we could wake up. I imagine that we could wake up refreshed, and like alarms are only a backup. Like you just wake up whenever you need to, refreshed, ready to seize the day. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, introducing Sleep Fixer, helping the world sleep better day by day. So this is just the main app that I made. You just take your current sleep schedule and your goal sleep schedule, and we'll help you shift it by 30 to 15 minutes per day. And the AI will get context injected. So all of the stuff that your current schedule, your sleep schedule, and your plan will be inside the AI. So the AI can give you personalized tips on how to achieve your personalized sleep goals. I wanted to say something. I know. Oh yeah, so the judges gave me feedback that I should include progress tracking and improve the AI. So I decided to make a new version of Sleep Fixer with AI notifications and sleep progress. Yeah, and this just shows the current market, and there's the trackers. They don't help you change your sleep, and the sleep clinics and sleep coaches are probably the best, but they're offline, inaccessible, expensive. So I decided to make it online, accessible, and free for everyone to use. So my testimonials that I tried with people that I know, yeah, I just help them fix their schedule, wake up more refreshed, and yeah. I just wanted to ask, anybody raise your hands if you sleep at a different time than you want to? Okay, okay. How many people want to wake up more refreshed? Okay, so everyone should use my app. Okay. Okay, so thank you to everyone. My mentor Angie, Zareen, and my friend Zoe who helped me. I'm planning to release on App Store and Play Store soon. And I'm welcome to any collaborations, so please come find me. Yeah, other than that, yeah, everyone use my app, okay? Yeah. Sleep Fixer, yeah, you can search it up when I release it soon. Okay, thank you.
That was great. Very funny. I think we could all definitely use that app, especially those of us dealing with jet lag. All right, let's give one more round of applause to all of the Global AI Hackathon presenters, youth and adults. And I think now, the moment we've all been waiting for, coffee break. And if you want, please feel free to find any of the presenters and chat with them about their apps and ask them questions. All right, let's take a 10-minute break.